Hey yogis, it's Renee, Black Sheep Yoga. I'm here with you today. I'm going to combine two things, yoga with the idea of meditation, one pointed focus. And this is my third time doing this because the video camera keeps cutting me off, so if when you do this you want to scream, please realize I'm with you there. I've already done it twice and my muscles they're tired. Okay, enough of that. This is from Sweat Your Prayers. This body is for asking. This body is for asking those questions that do not live in the mind. These questions have a life of their own or death. Burial grounds in the heart, my friend, a shovel and a map. Dig anywhere, the treasure is everywhere. This body is the answer. This body is for emptying. This body is for emptying into ether, for opening into psychscapes only tiptoed around. This body is for seducing. This body is for seducing self and God-given truths back into matter. This body is to hold. This body is to hold, to house the sacred city of the soul. Light up. Light up these cells. Sadness has come to open all the windows, to open all the doors. These things happen. These things happen when you make your bones your home. When each footprint becomes an altar left for the next dancer's self-sacrifice. This is by Jewel Matheson, and the book is awesome. Okay, so 5 minutes, downward facing dog. What's the purpose? Teaches us persistence, and this exercise really is focusing on staying with whatever is, seeing whatever is. So it's kind of hard, but do it anyways. Everything worth doing, I think, is kind of, there's something hard about it. You know, some sweetness too. So I'm setting my timer so it will go off. Don't worry, you're not going into oblivion with me. And for me, I'm setting up my dog on a wedge. You can use one. You can roll up a mat if you like, if your legs are tight, or you might not need one. But I'm starting really short in my downward dog. And I'm starting by grounding through my hands like they're pancakes. So the fingers, the fingertips, the knuckles ground down. You want to roll your triceps back, but then draw the arm bones in together. So there's a long line of energy emanating all the way from your fingertips, up the shoulder blades that are drawing up your back, up to your hips. And you want to drop that head. That's the hardest part for me, I find. And then if the legs are a little tight, little bend in the knees so that you can ground and burrow through those heels as you pull the thigh bones back towards the back of your legs. It feels sort of like if someone ever gives you an adjustment in down dog and they take your hands, you know, to the roots of your thighs and they pull back. It's like you're muscularly doing that yourself. Okay. And if you drink a lot of coffee before this really calms you down. So take deep breaths. 9 deep breaths here in the short dog. Deep inhales. Deep exhale for 1. Deep inhale for 2. Deep exhale for 2. Keep the gaze soft. Deep inhale for 3. Deep exhale for 3. Deep inhale for 4. Deep exhale for 4. Deep inhale for 5. Deep exhale for 5. In for 6. out for 6. Deep inhale for 7. Deep outhale for 7. Let's outhale. Deep inhale for 8. Deep exhale for 8. Deep inhale for 9. Deep exhale for 9. Now stay with it. Walk your hands a little further out so the dog's a little longer. Something a little more challenging. Reground through your hands. Pull those thigh bones back in their sockets. You're working against gravity to make the body as long as possible. Stay with the shaking and just begin to watch your inhale and your exhale. And instead of getting attached to your thoughts, when something comes up, like right now my left arm is shaking, notice the shaking. Exhale, come back to your breath. If you're having thoughts, either this is hard or this is boring, notice that. And exhale, let it go. And let your body shake, let it do its thing. If your body starts to shake like crazy and maybe the breath speeds up, invite yourself to take slower, deeper breaths. See what happens. And then as the timer goes off, take a deep breath. Try to lengthen the spine one more. Lift the hips. Press down through those beautiful heels. Lower down. I'm going to turn off the timer. Take child's pose for 5 breaths. So the answers they're in the poses and in the paying attention. And they're often in the moments where we're shaking, or you're in a classroom and you're the only one who can't do this pose. But if you can be in that moment, instead of noticing people who can do that pose, it's going to teach you things about yourself. And it's a process, but learn to be in the practice more and more, and it'll give you tenfold, I really believe. And I have to tell you, that was my 3rd time doing this, and it filmed right this time, and I'm so relieved because my arms feel like they're going to break off.